showcasing the innovation from across the world. Professor Mzali Hassan is the Director, Institute of Higher Commercial Studies of Carthage. He would be the moderator of the session. Please come on stage, sir. Professor Hassan, he's a director of IHEC, Institute of Higher Commercial Studies at Carthage, and founder of UNESCO Share for Prospective and Anticipation and Strategic Decision. He's associated with institution for more than 22 years and seen a great amount of transformation in the education and innovation space. A full professor, that means a top-level professor in the quantitative methods. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a round of applause. I would like to call upon our speakers now. We'll start with Dr. N. Bharati, the scientist and entrepreneur from Growmore Biotech Limited. Sir, please join us on the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Dr. N. Bharati. He's an agriculture scientist and a pioneer in plant tissue culture with over 37 years of experience in agriculture and propagation of plants by tissue culture. His innovation led to development of best agriculture practices for bamboo cultivation and domestication the wild bamboo into cultivable species for high yield. This has resulted in high returns for the farming industry. Can I have a round of applause, please? Right, so the next speaker we'd like to call on stage is Ms. Megan Jing Lee. She is a managing director, Shanghai iMega Industry. She's founder and CEO of the company. Please join us on the stage, Megan. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, that is Ms. Megan Jing Lee. She is leading innovation in providing the best solutions for cement production line, which has resulted in waste heat recovery into power generation projects and environmental protection and other energy saving projects. Ladies and gentlemen, the next speaker, he needs no introduction because I already had spoken about him. I would like to call upon stage Dr. Rajendra Singh, the Magsaysay Award winner and the Waterman of India. Ladies and gentlemen, he is an Indian water conservationist and environmentalist. He hails from Alwar district in Rajasthan. He runs an NGO called Tarun Bharat Sangh, and he is also known as the Waterman of India. He won the Magsaysay Award in 2001 and Stockholm Water Prize in 2015. In the UK, he's founder member of an NGO called Flow Partnership, which aims to counter the negative effects of soil erosion and flooding. A round of applause, please. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, next I would like to invite Sri P. Manivanan. So, who would be joining us shortly. And next I would move on and would like to invite Ms. Aruna Rangachar. He's the chairperson, Advisory Committee, IHFD. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a huge round of applause? Usually the energy is very high post-lunch. And I shared a small story. I will share one more story to bring the energy up. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she's a senior advisor and chairperson at the Advisory Committee of India Foundation for Humanistic Development. She was also National Director at Cheshire Disability Trust and General Manager at Amirato Foods India. Can I have a round of applause, please? Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, our next speaker, I would like to invite on stage Galu Bilen. She's an actress, a businesswoman, and a Balinese pop singer. So, ladies and gentlemen, please join us on stage. Ms. Galu Bilen is a Balinese artist with many famous songs to her name. Pellet Bali, Kunang Kunang, and Move On. She's also a businesswoman who's educating people about ways of leveraging the digital space. I would like to now hand over the session to the moderator, Professor Mzali Hassan. Enjoy your time, guys. All yours, Professor.
Thank you very much. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I know I have no story to give as my friend, but the only thing I can say that I am delighted to be part of the World Forum Education. Chancellor Rupa, uh, in last March, I think, was in visiting in Tunisia in our university, High Business School. Promised her, and she promised me that I will be in this forum. And I am very delighted to be here today. Thank you. Thank you very much. So I am grateful to you. Before we start, I would like to thank the organizers for offering this opportunity to bring positive change to education worldwide. In a changing world, I believe and we believe that innovation is the key to progress in education, sure. That's why innovators, creators, and any resource person must receive platform for showcase and credit. So in this panel, entitled Innovation Showcase, our panelists will share their path, bringing experiences from their innovations. This showcase will highlight the technological skills breakthrough of startup innovations. So we can invite the first panelist if you want, or do you want to that I want to give you some question. I want to conduct this discussion. So the main question I thought about, and of course the floor can after give any questions, and we are here to give to change. So the first question maybe to discuss later is how to identify the level of support given by the formal educational institution among their students and the faculty. This is the first question. The second is how to recognize innovation from the other actors who belong to non-formal structure. One other question is how to explore the possibilities of non-institutional innovators and recognizing their innovations in a formal way. The fourth, if you want, how to promote and link the individual knowledge givers, innovators to organization, mentors and incubator with venture capital providers for a newer idea. So I will invite the first panel. Where is my... you should, because he told me that he will call for you. So our first panelist is Dr. Barathi. Dr. Barathi, scientist and entrepreneur, grow more biotechnology. The floor is yours.
It's got a... Thank you, Chairman. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks a lot for calling me to this floor. I'm going to talk about, next one. I'm going to talk about just the bamboo. After all, bamboo. Everywhere it's there. But the innovation made it as one of the best product possible. Just go back. Yeah. So I'm a doctorate in agriculture. I was teaching this in the institution as a professor. Lot of innovations, but finally, I put it to use for the last 34 years to see that it really get converted into product in the market. So I'm going to share my experience. It's only one product called bamboo. Bamboo can make everything in the world, right from the electricity, the furniture, the fabric, even the oxygen you and me are breathing. Everything in the world. Next one. So I say bamboo is the next disruptive technology to dominate the future. When it came to Amazon, we never thought it's going to be a big one. Uber, we never thought it's going to be so common that it reduced even the production of car today. The next one is Patanjali or the cell phone. All these are of yesterday's. Bamboo is going to do that. I know you cannot believe now, maybe after 10, 15 minutes, you will understand that it's possible. And, bamboo grows. Just go back. Go back and click it. Enter. No. Just go back. Bamboo grows 1.5 feet a day. No plant in the earth grows 1.5 feet a day. No. Yeah. Just feet a day. Yes, go to the presentation. It's the fastest growing plant. I said, if this is so, what was lacking is innovation. It's everywhere in India. India has got 13.9 million hectares of bamboo, number one in the world. Not doing much with that. Our average yield is only 12.5 million tons, amounting to 1 ton per hectare like this. Next one. It is 0.5 tons per acre. It's wild in the forest. And when you cultivate, bamboo is being cultivated. It's like this, and it gives only 4 to 8 tons per acre. Next one. 4 to 8 tons per acre. The next one. This is what I've done. I converted bamboo into broiler chicken. I call broiler bamboo, grow them like this, and it gives 40 tons per acre per year. Where is 0.5 tons? Where is 40 tons? That has made everything to happen in the world now. That innovation has come because we brought the science to that. Biotechnology, plant breeding, the best agriculture practice agronomy. And that is able to make 40 tons per acre. Next one. Next one. And best bamboo species. Next one. And this is a kind of a species available. 1,600 species. You'll get confused. But then the right species is needed. Next one. Next couple. One more. This is the thornless bamboo, thick bamboo, grows heavy and faster, like 1.5 feet a day. And I named it as Bhima bamboo. I just gave the name to the Bhima bamboo. Next one. And what is needed is right way of propagating them into a large number. Seeds are not going to give the same plant. Tissue culture innovations is very important to see that the clones are multiplied. There's a tissue culture plant. And I run a laboratory which produces 1 lakh plant every day. 0.1 million plant every day. I send throughout the world. To Australia, to South America, to Africa, to Europe, everywhere it goes. And that's getting planted and it's grown. And the next is right agriculture practice. The bamboos are planted 8 feet, 12 feet, 8 feet. Normally plants are planted with the pits. I changed the innovation, they brought innovation to see that it's planted 1,000 plants per acre. Start harvesting it 2.5 years instead of growing. For 7 years, wait for such a long time. Now all that changed. I told you broiler bamboo. Its trenches are made, no more pits. That is what innovations can make a big breakthrough. But it's difficult to happen. Once it happens, like you can see them, it's planted like this rows and they grow like a sugar cane. Next one. It grows like a sugar cane. If you see a sugar cane field, next one. This is a sugarcane field. And then now bamboo is become a sugarcane. Sugarcane harvested every year. Bamboo is going to be harvested every year. Next one. And that's the agriculture practice and irrigation. Use a limited amount of water to get the best out of that. Next one. It's planted like this. Day one plant. I want to show you how they're growing. People always say like, it'll sit for 5 years. Nothing happens. All changed through innovations. Next one. You see them 2 months old plant. They're this height. Just started to growing slowly. And the 4th month, picking up. The 12 feet gap getting reduced a little bit. And 8th month, really they grown tall and big leaves have come out. Now, another 4 months. 12th month, completely covered. So entire area of 10,000 square meter of 1 hectare is green solar panel, not allowing any light to get wasted, completely captured, and they start growing. Bamboo is become a green solar panel. Next one. And stores the energy in the bamboo, and that's what's getting harvested. Cut, remove that. Next one. Yeah, remove that. Next one. And like this, solid bamboo, not hollow bamboo. Bamboo is hollow. The innovations made this to happen as a solid one. Next one. The solid one is like this. When you cut it, you cut only selective bamboo. That's a regular practice. Innovations are come. Cut it like completely, like a complete head shape. Next one. See them harvested? In 2 weeks' time. Next one. Comes back. Another 2 weeks. Comes back like this. Another 2 more weeks, 4 weeks. It's more than my height. Just such a fast growing. I say bamboo is like a cockroach. It can come everywhere. But we have not put the innovation to happen to convert into a product, a crop. Yes, next one. In 2 years' time, it's ready for again cutting. 80 tons per acre then. Next one. Now, next one. Now, these are all growing bamboo. Growing bamboo will grow. But what do you do with that? Today, world needs money. World needs good environment, sustainability. All that comes through the bamboo. Yes, this is an energy plantation. Bamboo is capturing the sun, converting into mass, keeping as a biomass, convert them into, next one, energy. Switching over from the fossil fuel, replace the coal. 1 kg of bamboo is equal to 1 kilo coal. That's the energy, 4,000 kilocalorie. Next one. It can convert it into CNG gas. 4 kilos of bamboo can be digested within 24 hours, convert into 1 kg gas. I'll be going on in Pune in India. Next one. Oil. Petrol and diesel from bamboo. Not jet turbo. That's the innovation. Today, Shell has taken it up in Bangalore, and we have plant where 4 kilos of bamboo converted into 1 liter petrol, which means 1 acre can give you 12,000 liter petrol per acre per year. Jet turbo was there. It was able to give only around 400 liter, 300 liter per acre. And electricity, 1 kg bamboo will give you 1 kilowatt current. Many projects around the world. And ultimately ethanol, because we are blending ethanol with the fuel. And fuel comes from the sugar cane, the ethanol. Then bamboo is doing that. Next one. This is what the electricity, yes, next one. It produces electricity, 80 hectare is sufficient to make 1 megawatt electricity, 24 hours, 365 days. And, next one. 0.8 kg will do to make 1 kilowatt current. Carbon neutral electricity. And at a cost of less than 2.5 rupees. The next innovation is bamboo to ethanol. Bamboo has got a lot of cellulose. Digestible cellulose is digested. Next one. Next one. It's a process by which cellulosic, enzymatic, I don't want to go into technology to you, but I know this, but its microbes are ultimately done within a week's time. 4 kilos of bamboo converts into ethanol. Our previous president went to Finland, got the technology to India for Bharat Petroleum. Next one. Bharat Petroleum, and signed an agreement in 2014, the construction is going on to make 60,000 liters of ethanol every day. And there's one more is going to come up, which is 25,000 liters now. Now, this is what's happening in the world, in India at the moment, to convert bamboo into energy. But we have sugarcane in plenty in India. We have sugar. 40 tons of sugar cane comes from 1 acre. Convertible sugar, you got 4 tons of sugar. 4 tons of sugar leaves 1.5 tons of molasses. which is fermented to convert into 500 liter ethanol. But sugarcane is not there for US. It's maize. Starch is there. You grow them 3 crops. Your starch is converted into sugar, sugar is converted into ethanol. But bamboo, what I brought the innovation is it's got cellulose, converted into starch, starch into sugar, sugar into ethanol. Chemical process. What is important is not only innovations, efficiency of innovations. Next one. Bamboo gives you 500 liter. Maize gives 3 crops. 3,000 liter per acre per year. Bamboo plant only once for 100 years. Not like sugarcane, we have to plant it. It will give you 10,000 liter per acre per year. That's a game changer. That is because of the innovation of cultivation, innovation of converting into cellulose. So, an unknown product like cockroach can become a dominant product. So, next one. Not only that, bamboo can be gasified. Gas is clean. Clean, it converts into oil. And, next one. And 4 kilos of bamboo is get converted into oil. Next one. And it produces oil, it produces biochar. It's good for environment. And the next one. CNG gas. This is CNG gas in Pune running for 1.5 years. You put the bamboo in the morning, next day morning it's converted to gas. CNG gas, which is carbon neutral. And they have a bunk in the front. They're selling it. Yeah, they're selling it. I'm working on the technology, future technology with a group to convert bamboo into hydrogen. Next one. Hydrogen fuel cells. Next one. CH4 is produced, C is knocked, hydrogen is done. These are all the next level of innovations after innovations after innovations. And today bamboo is used in cement factories to convert bamboo into coal. And Dalmia is going to use it. Next one. Dalmia has got a carbon footprint of 493 kilograms. Every ton of cement produced use 300 kgs of coal. 300 kg of bamboo is going to replace that. Next one. They are looking at reducing it further to level of 0. And the bamboo is the best solution available today. And they have started adopting it. Next one. And next one. Because time is up. The coal replacement in India. We import so much amount of coal. 200 million tons of coal can be converted into this. Next one. Energy. Bamboo is converted to charcoal. And the charcoal is used to replace the coal or directly just into that. Next one. That is what is happening today. And these are all innovations after innovations. Because 50% of bamboo is a carbon. Next one. And this is the last innovations which is essential for you and me. Bamboo is able to sequester the carbon. Next one. And 50 tons per acre of 1.9 tons of carbon dioxide. If you want to clean the environment, the world, plant only 5 Bima bamboo plant. Next one. Just the 5 plants will be able to take care of that. That's all the carbon footprint. We don't need to do big about this. That's all. Every one of us plants 5 plants because each plant is taking 450 kilograms and the whole India has got only 1,900 kilograms equivalent to 5 trees. And permanent solution at a cost of less than 500 rupees. We don't need to talk much about it. Next one. And Infosys has done it. This is a carbon form of Infosys in Bangalore. Next one. And next one. Please push it. And pure oxygen comes from the bamboo. Next one. The plantation generates oxygen to an extent of 65 tons. This is an oxygen park. And this is what the future is going to be. Already there's one in Mangalore. And every human being needs 280 kilograms of oxygen for a whole year. One Bima bamboo produces 350 kgs of oxygen. And I'm saying that's going to be the next innovation of the world. Yeah, I think you generate fast to the last slide. Run to the last slide. Just send it. Fast. Next one. Come to the last one. And bamboo can do everything. That's what I said. Right from the electricity, cloth, furnitures, all that you know basically. But then it can also produce oxygen. Next one. I don't want to take. It's a lot of time. Next one. These are the companies who are coming up already. They are just putting it up. 20 million. This in Sri Lanka, 22,000 acres already planted for producing electricity. The next one. That is the plantation going to look like. Large scale plantation. Today we don't have. We have sugarcane, we have banana, we have all the trees, but not bamboo. Bamboo is coming up in a big way everywhere, all over. So next distributed technologies to dominate is a bamboo. Next one. And that is what the innovation can do to an unknown product, familiar to all of us, into a commercially viable, sustainable product for the future. Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Barathi, for your insightful experience. It is unbelievable what we can do with bamboo. We discovered many good things. Now, I'm pleased to welcome the second panelist, Ms. Megan Lee, founder and CEO of Shanghai E-Mega Industry. She's graduate from Shanghai University, studied MBA in Germany, economics, and then executive MBA in Duin Capital Institution. So welcome, Megan Lee, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. It's very happy to be here to share my experience related about innovation. So I'm sure when every people talking about innovation, it's definitely related about the changes. So I want to share about my own experience. So actually, I was born in northwest of China, and when I was a child, I have a dream. One day I want to do something and to be a very useful people in the world. Probably I cannot change the world, but at least I can do something for the people. So when I grew up, I tried to study far from my hometown. So I started my bachelor in Wuhan. It's in the middle of China. And after my graduate of my bachelor, then I came to Shanghai. And firstly, I worked in the private company. And afterwards, I worked in a state company. And then I worked in a foreign company. It's a Finnish company. I realized, oh my God, it's my life? No, I have to change something. So then I tried to start my own business. And then at the same time, I started my MBA in Shanghai Jiao Tong University and also get the exchange program in Germany. So when I'm doing study and also I'm trying to do my own business, because I think if we want to do some innovation, we have to change ourselves, be different, take a chance, and make a change. So I think important thing is, firstly, we have to keep learning. Then when I set up my own business, then I keep learning and I go to study EMBA. It's about financing and investment. And also my own business is from 2010. So right now it's almost 10 years. So this year I'm going to study DBA. It's for doctor. So I think keep learning, be well educated. It's the basement for innovation. And we can change our mind and we can know well about ourselves and then be ourselves better. So this is some personal experience about myself. Later on, then we will share some innovation related of my work experience. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Midli. You have respected the time. Good. We thank you for the insightful experience. And now we have the pleasure to welcome our next speaker, Dr. Rajendra Singh, Magsaysay awardee. We call him Water Man of India. The floor is yours, Doctor. You have the mic.
My dear friend,
10 minutes, please, no more.
Uh, I know the lot of innovation and creation going on, but where we are reaching? We are reaching exploitation, encroachment on common properties, and pollution of the rivers, and over extraction of the underground aquifers. So what today, doing the innovations today, all innovations just teaching us extraction of this nature and exploitation of this nature. All technology and engineering exist on this planet, but all technology only doing and teaching extraction. Not a single technology today who is really doing the nourishment of the nature and nourishment of the humankind. So what you are thinking and what you are discussing here, and who is the system? What is the education system? Why this system creating? When I raise the hand and you move. Today in India, the 17 state and 367 district facing crisis and scarcity of water. 190 district facing the flood. So what is the role of your education, innovation and creation? Why this you can see today? Only the all university teaching us extraction of the underground aquifers. So the 72% underground aquifer of India, overdraft. What is our common future? So what type of the innovation and creativity you are thinking here on this dais? I think first we can decide this existing education system on this planet, not on right direction. Not only this issue of the India, the Europe, America, Africa, and Central Western Asia. You can see the Africa and Central Western Asia, they have good rains there, but no water there. Why not water there? In last 5 years, I visit more than 60 countries of Africa and Central Western Asia specifically. The forced migration start. The pupils moving toward to Europe, because Europe also have the technology and engineering, but they not exploit the underground aquifer of Europe. The Germany have enough water, Sweden have enough water in underground on surface, France have enough water. Every country have enough water in Europe. So why the Europe teach to Africa and India and Asian country, they can exploit the common properties or underground aquifers? I think today we can think the ethic and justice. If we can think about our ethic and justice, so we can think about the better common future and what type of the innovation and creativity. You can learn something from my area. You know, the elephant on this water body, that time 700 years before this water body, when the water level come on the level of the elephant foot, so the one announcement, we have the water for 1,500 camels and 200 human. They can take 10 liter human and 20 liter for camel. So the people know how much water they have. and what discipline we need, and what type of the skill in efficient use of water. So they are thinking on that way. So that initiation making security for common future. So if we want really, if we are really bothered about the better future, so we can learn from the everywhere indigenous knowledge system where the wisdom have on earth. If you're not thinking the wisdom about the human wisdom, so you can't make a better future. All your initiation, creativity and initiation just teaching you the exploitation of nature. So first we can decide, we can understand what way we can move on water. Water is today is our entry point. In India, they create the large dam after the independence, but we are facing scarcity. Now the suicides is going on. So why the suicides going on? Because no water. Why not water? Because our all initiation and creativity going on the wrong side. So we can decide in the right side, innovation and creativity. My community teach me in the first time, you know, if you are doing the water conservation, so you link with the crop pattern with the rain pattern. In India, more than 84% water coming from the underground aquifer. So we are really expert in discharge the aquifers. We are not bothered about the recharging of the aquifers because the recharging is our common future. So our initiation and our creativity toward to the better future, so we can make this way. And my community create the all thinking and all decision surrounding the earth, water, soil, greenery, forest, and they create the rivers. Rivers, they stop the erosion and silting and link crop pattern with rain pattern and recharge the groundwater. They all issue with the common future. Today my education system teaching us only for the profit, not for goodness. If your education system not teaching you for the better common future and for the goodness of all. In India, two words. One is labh and other is subh. So Indian business and Indian development without displacement of knowledge and displacement of the soil and greenery, when this way of development going on, my country is the global teacher. But today is not global teacher. Why we are not the global teacher today? Why? Because we are only thinking of the personal benefit and profit. We are not thinking about the common future and common benefit. So today we are not global teacher because we not have the respect to the nature. We not have the respect to the common future. So if we think about the better common future, we can create a right direction for innovation and creation. My community, what way they create my community? My community start the whole resource mapping of the rains, how much rains coming, and auditing and budgeting, and they decide, they all illiterate person. They are never go to the school and university. Not today, not a single example on this world who can say we rejuvenate the river in 21st century. But illiterate people can say, yes, we can rejuvenate the rivers. They rejuvenate 12 rivers and only with the recharge of the aquifers. So if you can see the difference, that 19, no, you go back. No, no. 1985 and 2000. This is the photo point monitoring impact. You can see if the community doing something, so they make change with nature. Same river of the down, this river is flowing now whole year. This is the lowest rainfall in this country, Rajasthan. If we can rejuvenate the river in Rajasthan, why we can't rejuvenate the river in Karnataka? The Karnataka, more than 70% the small river is going dry and dry. So, my dear friend, this is the education system is a great dangerous for future. This is my teacher. This is the illiterate person. He teach me when I completed my medical science doctor, so he say, no need your medicine, we not need your education, we need water, because we displaced without water. So I start water conservation and I learn from him. And last 40 years, we create 11,800 water body, never take a single pipe from any government. The government create a corruption. So we not take never single pipe from any government and any corporate. The corporate is an exploiter and polluter and encroacher. So I never take the single pipe from any corporate. So we done by my community. The community think about the better future of the region. So this is the difference you can see. In 1985, people displaced, now come back and rejuvenate the agriculture. This is our future. You can see in, go back. You can see the difference. Immense increase in vegetation is clearly visible in the region. हमें जब बुखार चढ़ता है तो हम दवाई खाते हैं, आराम करते हैं और पानी की पट्टी रखते हैं. When we fear fever, so we take a wet cloth on head and take medicine and take rest. So we give the rest to our area. So you can see the difference. The all red is the greenery. When I start the work, only 2% greenery. Now the greenery increase and 48%. And when my river is flowing, so my government give the fishing contact. So we fight against the government and we make out to the government my region. And we are the owner of this river. So government out and we manage this river. We make a river parliament. And by river parliament make some rule and regulation. These the all aspect of the river parliament. What way we are working. How many minutes? 2. चलिए जल्दी करो, आगे जाओ. Yes, you know, you can see the impact of the all work. The red heat come from the sun and evaporate the water of sea and make a blue heat, clouds. And these clouds going to the green heat. When they meet, the rains is coming, but the man-made red heat coming there when I start the work. That time the all area is the barren. So man-made red heat, the clouds go away and no rains that time. So that time my area is the rain shadow region. We create the 11,000 water bodies and we catch the water. Some water bodies in the beginning perennial and after the perennial they make a micro cloud formation start and the micro clouds calling the macro clouds, they meet and now the good rains is coming in my area. So, जब लोग प्रकृति को प्यार करने लगते हैं, तब प्रकृति सबको जीवन देती है. You can see the climate change and global warming allido impact. One is down when my well is recharged. So farmers come back to the land and they're doing agriculture. 17 लाख लोग वापस आए अपनी ज़मीनों पर, 19 जिलों में जहाँ जहाँ ये काम हुआ। तो जब हम लोगों को प्यार करते हैं, प्रकृति को प्यार करते हैं, तब ये क्लाइमेट चेंज एडेप्टेशन और मिटिगेशन इज ए सॉल्यूशन। So you can see this. This is a impact on last 40 years of work by the community-driven decentralized water management. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Rajendra, for your insightful experience with water. Now, please let me welcome Mrs. Aruna Rangachar Paul, Chairperson, Advisory Committee, IFHD. You have 10 minutes. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Thank you very much for inviting me to this session. It is quite daunting to speak immediately after Rajendra sir. He is an inspiration to all of us, especially to me and my organization, because we work in a similar space, and what we try to do in our limited manner, we get a lot of hope and inspiration from the work that is done by people like him. So I've always been, I think there was earlier a reference to Mahatma Gandhiji's few quotations and the work, the inspiration from him too. So my personal mantra has always been, be the change you want to see. A kind of simple one-line understanding of if there is something that I don't believe in or don't see going right, I would like to be the one to change it. And I'd like to be the one to start the change within myself. I also like to talk about what my experience. I have been through the gamut of having done my management from IIM Ahmedabad, one of the premier business schools in India. Also had worked with 26, 27 years in the private sector, primarily in the food, agri and retail space. So you could say the modern businesses, so to speak. And then did a full circle to try to question, why am I doing what I'm doing, and can there be a better way I can do things? And is there something that doesn't appeal at a spiritual level? And that started my journey into looking at where we originate from and how far we have come down the line. So this conference is all about education. In the morning we spoke a lot about skills and education. I would like to kind of put it out here that I think living with nature, respect for nature is a skill that needs to be inculcated or revived at school level or primary school level or absolute primary education level. So if kids are too far away from an understanding of what nature is all about. So I think probably progressive innovation could be thinking about introducing sustainability as a curriculum within schools, nature living or respect for nature as part of the curriculum, not looking at it in terms of subjects like biology or botany or whatever else pieced out, but a holistic understanding of ourselves and our relationships with habitats around us. I like to say always that the world needs a reset button. We desperately need a reset button. Some things worked at some point in time. That was the thinking of those days. That was the management practices of those days. But somewhere along the way, we seem to have um, upset the rhythm and gone too far in our adversity. So too far in our adversity to not recognize where collaboration with nature has actually become a conflict with nature, and how we can actually try to see where there can be a more collaborative working relationship with nature than a conflictive kind of relationship. Recently, we had a very passionate young lady, Greta, and her words thundering in our ears across the world. How dare you? How dare you? She said it a number of times, how dare you? I think that passion is something that needs to reverberate within all of us in terms of what is it that we can reset. We all have our reset buttons in our hands. It's within our individual and collective hands and what we can do about it. So essentially, I'm giving the context to where I started from and where I've reached, having seen both sides of the coin. Another of Gandhiji's quotes, the earth has enough for man's needs, but not for his greed. I think these are also many kind of philosophical questions, uncomfortable though they are. Greta's words are uncomfortable. What Gandhiji said so many years ago is uncomfortable, but that discomfort needs to be borne for us to be able to look at where do we put man's ingenuity, the human resource, the innovations, the intellectual thinking, which direction can that go in here on, rather than business as usual. So some of the things that my organization, India Foundation for Humanistic Development, IFHD, we try to do is our vision is simple: to rejuvenate productive landscapes sustainably and equitably. And I think the two key words, it starts with a belief, a humanistic belief system, which says every landscape is productive. It starts with the presumption or the assumption that every landscape is productive. I'm not saying physical landscape. It's basically a spiritual landscape, an emotional landscape, human landscape, physical landscape. All dimensions of landscape, they are productive by nature. But somewhere along the way, systems that have broken need to be reset. And so we look at rejuvenating these in a sustainable and equitable manner. There's growing inequity, no escaping the fact that there is growing inequity. What is that capitalist system that brought a stage where 5 to 8 people in the world feel the need to give away 80 to 90%, 98% of the wealth they have generated? What is that system that created this kind of a situation that says that 8 people control the bulk of the world's wealth and are in a position to say, I will give away this much? Why even give away? Why even earn that what you could give away so much? So there is these, at a very existential level, we all need to question at some point in time and start questioning that immediately. How much are we taking from our future? So with the vision of rejuvenating productive landscapes equitably and sustainably, we look at how do we value assets. The current system of economic capital being the sole capital for valuation of any asset in the world. There are other capitals that have disappeared from our so-called balance sheets. There's nature capital, there is social capital, there's human capital. Human capital, yes, it's recognized in terms of some form or the other by corporates, in terms of the business, in terms of what people produce, labor produces, etc. So there's a value to it. But what about nature capital? What about social capital? These are things that do not feature in our balance sheets. So what is it that we can do to restore this balance back? So there is also the question of innovations in leaving no one behind, which addresses the inequity. Leaving no one behind, looking at communities that are hard facing climate change. Climate change is not going to spare any one of us. That is visible and known. The planetary boundaries define that. But it hits us the last. So which are the communities hard facing climate realities, and what can be done to build their resilience? At what point in time do we say that communities that live a de facto sustainable lifestyle, why can't they be paid for ecosystem services? Why can't they be paid in some form? Why can't there be a nature capital value given to what they do when they live around their forest habitats, where they conserve habitats? Why can't, or they practice sustainable agriculture, or they conserve and protect their rivers, their lands, their forests, their soils, their air? What is it that, what system can be put in place? What economic system can be put that pays for ecosystem services provided by these communities? I have more questions, but respect for and value for commons, respect for community, value to commons and communities. Also, payment for indigenous knowledge, payment for indigenous farming systems. Why is everything looked at from the point of scale? Like I said, it was a product or it was a practice of the times. We have gone behind. So why not look at what I recently heard, DMDRE, which is what we are doing in India in one of our programs. DMDRE is the concept where distributed manufacturing in using decentralized renewable energies. So looking at moving production of value addition back to or closer to source, and looking at communities that add value, and looking at aggregation in terms of technologies that aggregate and scale, but not looking at trucking tons and tons of raw material produced in some corner, taking it to some centralized facility, adding carbon miles, all in the name of efficiency, when you have not factored in the cost, that how inefficient it is on nature and the use of nature's resources. So these are things that we need to keep asking ourselves, and we do that through some of our programs as IFHD. We have 3 programs which we run. I had a presentation, but I would not run that. One is called PROSIF, which is Producer Catalyst and Incubation Facility. It is a innovative, a unique concept across the world. It's a pilot we have worked with Pan-India in 18 states, wherein we run a doorstep rural business incubator for farmer producer collectives and for agri-MSMEs. Here we follow the route of DMDRE, and we follow the route of using collectives as bringing scale to and scales and efficiencies in the agri-value chain. We have another program, Pro Habitat, which promotes habitats in sensitive, distressed landscapes like the Western Ghats. We all know the challenges that the Western Ghats face in terms of the degradation, the loss of forest cover, the loss of wetlands. So we run conservation programs within the wetlands, within the Western Ghats, coastal ecosystem and forest ecosystem. And there we look at, again, communities. So we help the communities co-design livelihood projects or livelihood interventions that keep conservation as their main income earning plank. And through that process, we are piloting this concept of payment for ecosystem services. We have another program called ProRasa, Promoting Resilient and Sustainable Agriculture. This looks at building the agency and capacity of smallholder farmers, restoring their traditional knowledge, and bringing a more resilient form of agroecological or agroforestry-based farming systems livestock, multiple diverse cropping systems to help bring resilience into those communities, to help adapt to climate change, and then to look at what is it that we look at in terms of what we need to grow food. We need soil, water, air, and good quality seeds. So we focus on these four aspects: soil, water, air, seeds. We focus on these to build capacity and agency of smallholder farmers across India. So thank you very much for listening to me.
Yeah, thank you very much, Mrs. Aruna, for your insightful opinion. Now, please, let's welcome Mrs. Galu Bilan, actress from Bailey, pop singer. She's a pop singer. She will give us her special experience. Thank you very much. You have the floor.
Thank you, Professor. Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Namaste, Namo Buddhaya. First of all, I would like to say such a honor and pleasure to be here among these distinguished participants that I can name one by one. Let me introduce myself. My name is Galu Bilen. I am from Bali, the island of the gods. I am a businesswoman. I have one jewelry shop in Bali, and I also have a real estate business in Turkey. And as an actress, it's just a passion, actually. To me, education is everything. And we really need to innovate it, because innovation in education can encourage the teacher and the children to explore, research, and use all the tools to uncover something new. It involves a different way at looking problems and solving them. Innovation in education means doing what's the best for all. Students, teachers, lessons, and curriculums need to be flexible. We have to get our students to think and ask questions. And we need to pick their curiosity and find ways to keep them interested. Innovation means change. So, we have to learn that our students need more than just a skill. We have to give them a tools that will make them productive in their future careers. And based on my profession, I want to share about art education, because art of education is the key to innovation. I'm so passionate about how art education has the ability to shape students for a world of creativity and being a communicator and being a problem solver. So, the conclusion is, let's build education by combining art and innovation to get the best education. My quote of the day: don't give your children money, don't give them a house, but give them education and let them build their own palace. Thank you.
Thank you for your insightful opinion too. Now we have 15 minutes for questions. I will invite the floor if you have any questions. So each questioner have to identify and ask shortly and briefly his or her question. Thank you.
I guess everybody's sleepy, Professor. No question.
Everything is clear, so. Ah,
The hand up there.
you can give him the mic, please.
Hello, I am
Hello.
Dr. Ravi Kumar. Recently joined the best university as a teacher. I have many own innovative setups in Bangalore based. All I want to ask Dr. Bharti, your answer is to say that bamboo is going to solve the entire country's problem. Your innovation is very good. Presentation is excellent. But you have any solution that your bamboo going to solve entire nation's problem?
It cannot solve the 100% solution for everything, but at least a product one can take at least 30-40% of the problem.
And
If you specifically tell me your problem, I can tell you whether it can do or not.
yeah. See, my mother taught me when I was 5 years, bamboo is a grass which is going fastest. She was not even 8th standard. This I have still now I remember. Now you say bamboo can be converted into coal, converted into energy. What is so new about it? Anything new? Our government of India is not looking at your point. If it is so, please give us your proposal to me. I'll take to a right person and I'll place your record. Secondly, Waterman is talking about the failure of education system. Surprise. I have no more answer.
Bamboo has been considered by the government of India into a crop plant, which was not there 3-4 years back. The allotted budget was only around 5 to 6 crore rupees at the national level. And after we have approached and then spoke to the PM office, they have revised this to 1,290 crore rupees in the last couple of years. And the money has been given for industries and then cultivation and all these promotions going on now. The results would be known in a couple of times now. And it's been known to many people in the government. Government is also consciously taking bamboo as a crop. From the forest department, they shifted the bamboo to agriculture department, and there's a separate mission has been developed for that, and government is also doing its best at the moment.
Dr. Rajendra, you have a question. The second question is. Okay. There no other question? It's good. Okay. The mic, please.
I am Dr. Indiresh from University of Horticultural Sciences, Bagalkot. I have a question to Dr. Bharti. I am very happy to note that he gave an excellent presentation on Bima bamboo. No doubt the bamboo has got a highest biomass production and it is having multiple uses, no doubt in that. This bamboo has been grown in the nature as a natural crop. It is not being grown by the farmers. Maybe very few farmers are growing this. Especially in the northeastern part of India, we see each and every house in their houses, they have 1 or 2 bamboo plantations in there. No doubt in the forest department, they also taken up large scale plantations, and it's a very good, it creates very good employment opportunity for the rural artisans growing this bamboo. It is having a lot of advantages. As you said, one of the person who has inquired about the importance of bamboo in solving the biofuel problem am doubtful in this regard. And in most of the forest department programs, they do take up the planting of many fast-growing tree species, but afforestation with this bamboo, why it is not successful? I don't know, because it is a very fast-growing, and as you said, it can be grown as a high-density planting. There is no doubt in that. But in the afforestation program, why the government is not promoting this in the forest areas?
Sir, the simple answer is forest does only conservation, they don't do cultivation. That's the reason they called us principal chief conservator of forest. So they just conserve. They plant, they live it. Whereas, as you said, you're also from Agriculture University, and cultivation is not yet gone into the bamboo. We do not know how much water is consumed, what is the fertilizer requirement, what is the root depth, what is the ecological balance. All these are still lagging question at the moment. And so that is the reason why it's not penetrated. But with respect to the yield, the bamboo is there everywhere, even in the northeast. The average yield there is only 3 tons per acre per year. And they are taking up the cultivation now. I'm also advisor for all the governments there, Mizoram, Meghalaya, and Assam, everywhere. I'm just advising them at the moment. They call me voluntarily. And what is happening is not getting converted into crop. Now, this is the time it's getting converted into crop with the development of technology. Like Bharat Petroleum has put up a unit which needs 1,000 ton of bamboo every day to convert into ethanol for their own requirement of 5% blending. The country is given an order for 21% blending. It's not available. So, sugarcane cannot meet the requirement. I'm a man with sugarcane with the last 30 years of experience. So, sugarcane area is 5.5 million hectares, it cannot be increased. And bamboo can be increased. The soil in which it can be cultivated more, and it can lead to innovations.
Thank you.
There is a question to
the last question, I think.
Dr.
Yeah.
Rajendra Singh.
You can give him the mic, please.
Okay.
Give him the mic, please. Yeah. The last question, please. And after we have the coffee break, we can discuss. No problem.
I am Dr. Matthew Chandrangunnal, Director of ECC Whitefield. My question is to Megan Jingli. Quite interesting your experiences. You are from China and you have studied in China, and then you moved to Germany, and then you also studied there in Germany. So will you be able to compare between your experiences and the innovation practices between an Asian mind and a European mind?
Thank you. So actually, I think all of the behavior, they have something behind. It's the culture, and it's also kind of the logical behind. Compare the European and the Asia. European people is more activity innovation. So they prefer very small area, or they just focus on some special area. And even, in Europe, there's so many very small companies. They are very focused on small innovation, maybe a generation to generation, from grandpa and to father and to child and then child. So they just follow on all of the innovation and keep it. And I think they are very focused on one thing. Compare the Asian innovation, especially in China, because the Chinese people and the Chinese culture, we are always telling people do not be different. Since our very older generation, so the parents always teach us, don't be so outstanding, because if you are too outstanding, their troubles will come to you. So they tell us, be humble, be modest. So always keep middle, not be so tall, not be so short. That is the culture. So that makes the Chinese always want to follow up. They don't want to do so much innovation. They are so afraid of some people maybe get trouble. So that is a very old culture since our old generation. But now since, the communication between countries to countries, so the people change their mind, especially for the young generation. So the young generation, they try to be different. They try to be take more challenge. So for the young generation, they don't want to follow up. But like for our father or our grandparents, they always try to be humble and be more moderate and not be too shining, but it's a new generation. And also because of this is the culture side. The other side about the economic, because the past 40 years, the Chinese economy is very slow. But since last 20 or 30 years, the Chinese GDP increased a lot. And the Chinese people, they become more confident. And now they try to do more innovation, not always like, when, I'm very sorry, when in maybe 1990s or 20 years ago or 30 years ago, when the people talking about made in China, they always think, oh no, they copy from Germany, they copy from Japan, the quality is poor, they don't want to do innovation. This is the basement, because that moment the Chinese economic is very bad, it's poor. But now, since a lot of innovation and generation to generation, now the economics grow a lot. So if they don't have innovation, if they don't want to change, they will be kicked off by the times. So they have to know now the small company is difficult to survive because they have to do innovation. They have to care of their brand. And now I'm so proud if every people talking about made in China. I'm so proud. Just trust it, because now they have the reputation, they have the brand, and they have the innovation. So that is the different, I think, compared European and Asia. Thank you.
Good. The last question, and we have just 1 minute to finish. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I am Professor B.P. Veerabhadrappa, Vice Chancellor, Kuvempu University, Karnataka. My question is to Dr. Rajendra Singh, who felt that there is a necessity of creating awareness in the minds of the people when we are facing so many drought situations, and as to what Dr. Rajendra Singh would be able to transfer the knowledge power, and what an amount of knowledge that we have in all the university education, and how Dr. Rajendra Singh would be able to give an answer for this question, though there are many issues that have actually taken over in the context of finding as to why water is a surplus aspect. Thank you, Mr.
We
Chair.
thank you very much for your question. Dr. Rajendra is not here, but we can talk later with coffee break. I would like just to thank every one of you, and thanks the panelists, speakers, and the committee for choosing these panelists. It was a very real good exchange for experience. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, all the panelists. It was a wonderful session. I request you to be on stage. I just have some remarks before we conclude this session. I think what we learned is that we have a great amount of natural resources yet to be efficiently used. And I think Professor rightly, N. Bharti sir, he mentioned that it's not about the innovations, it's the efficiency of the innovations. How helpful is the innovation? That's what it was about. And I have one quote from my own. I just made it up. It's never too late to draft an innovation, right? And I think Dr. Rajendra Singh is not here, but he mentioned a very, very important, very nice quote. I would like to translate that to foreign dignitaries. He said, "जब प्रकृति को तुम प्यार देते हो, तो उसने तुम्हें जीवन दिया. जब प्रकृति को तुमने प्यार दिया, तो उसने जीवन दिया." That means when you started loving the environment started giving you life, creating a habitat. That's what I think he was trying to mean. I have one more small thing to mention. Sir, you said a lot of bamboos, they grow very fast, right? So you know pandas eat a lot of bamboos? Bamboos grow very fast. Is that the reason pandas are really fat? On a lighter note, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call upon stage the chairman of Best Innovation University, Sri Bharatlal Meena ji, and Dr. Rupa Vasudevan ji to hand over the award to the speakers. So, I would ask Sri Bharatlal Meena ji to present. I think Dr. Rupa Vasudevan ji is also here to present the award to Sri Aruna Rangachar Paul. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a round of applause? Sir, can we have another? Sir, can you pose for a picture, please? Another one. I think the camera didn't capture. We have Dr. Rupa Vasudevan. I would request her to hand over the award to Dr. N. Bharati. I would like to ask Sri Bharatlal Meena ji to hand over the award to the moderator who really did a fantastic job, Mr. Mazali Hassan. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a huge round of applause? After this, you can go and take coffees, but we are going to start the session soon. I would ask Dr. Rupa Vasudevan to hand over the award to Sri Megan Lee. I would ask Sri Bharatlal Meena ji to hand over the award to the celebrity here, Galu Bilan. Ladies and gentlemen, can I have a huge round of applause? I think that calls for another announcement. If you guys didn't know, we're going to have a gala night tonight. Are you guys excited about it? I am so excited. Give me a yes. It should be much louder. Come on, some energy. It should be yes. Come on. Fantastic. Thank you so much, all the panelists and the speakers, and also Sri Bharatlal Meena ji and Rupa Vasudevan ji. It was fantastic having you here. Your insights, the information which you have shared, I'm sure it will help in innovation and great cause in the future. Ladies and gentlemen, please feel free to take, you can actually help yourself with coffee. We have it